So the 30 days is over, and here we are back in the airplane ready to launch, headed back to reality and hoping everything that was accomplished over these past 4 weeks will really stick. And in a small way, I feel like I kind of graduated from boot camp. Not comparing that to the military or anything at all like that. It certainly wasn't that tough, but more like intense focus on things. Didn't do a whole lot of fun stuff. Mostly self-enforced discipline.
And before leaving the gate, all passengers must be seated with seatbelts fastened, trigger was
And of course that means it's with a lot of leniency. So the question is, can I stay disciplined, or was this all going to fall apart? Because life happens, and I've been sequestered from that life, and it's all going to return all at once, pretty much. But I can say that I did achieve one main goal, and that was to not have any goals, but in other words, to establish a process, which I certainly did, and to do some gradual improvements, which I think over a long period of time will actually show success. And that can already be reflected in some things. I wanted to I wanted to determine, what to keep and what to get rid of, what to do better at, and what to just let go. So I planned a baseline and a plan and how to manage and measure all these things. Made some embarrassing videos of myself that I'm not really going to share with anybody, I don't think. But some of the things I eliminated was a lot of food that didn't agree with my diet.
Welcome aboard our flight to Grand Rapids.
All right, we're back again. So there's some things that I wanted to eliminate in my life, and obviously the food thing, I wanted to eliminate bad foods that caused the inflammation, and I came up with a pretty good list of things that I proved out that would no longer burn on the inside, and some combinations of things. I wanted to eliminate 20 pounds of excess weight. Well, I may have lost 5, but given the fact that this began over the holidays and was a vacation, how many people go on vacation and lose weight? So I'm good with losing 5 pounds if that's what it was. And I wanted to actually be able to do 10 pull-ups from my measly 2. I can do 4 now. Still, that's twice as many as I could do before. I wanted to eliminate sugar, 90% success with that. I wanted to have no salt in my diet, probably 90% of that. I had to add some back because I started getting really bad leg cramps. I wanted to swap out meat and replace it with beans in my diet. Done pretty well with that. Most of the exercises I started doing, I probably saw a 30% improvement on some, others not so much. Walking, I used to do maybe half mile, a mile a day. Yesterday I think I did 5 miles, and some exercises and a workout. I wanted to start reading books again, so I completed 3 books, which is not much for the average person who reads a lot, but for me, I make a book report on every one of them. I'll show you how I do that sometime, because I just can't sit and read a book. I've got to get something out of it and have a way of accessing it in the future. Prayer time was up 50%. Bible reading maybe 30%. I wanted to memorize some things. Yeah, I did okay on that, but that'll come. I fasted twice. Could have done a little bit more of that, but the thing is, that needs to be a weekly habit. So that's a work in progress. Attitude change. I think my attitude has changed. We've been very positive about things. Now, of course, my wife would be the judge of that. We'll see. Appreciation for the simple things. I think I'm at 50% improvement on that. Humility. Up, I think. But the real test will come when I get back to the real life. Sure slept. Probably 150% better sleeping, but that might just have been bad. Other things to eliminate, like scrolling on Facebook and watching YouTube videos when I didn't really need to. I've done real well with that, but again, you get back and come home from work all tired, it's pretty easy to just slip into that again. So I think it's a good start, but I think also I have to change the title to my episodes to the 30-year reset, because the reality is it's going to be a life activity, and I'm okay with that. Because the idea should be to never give up improving and and being better and better steward of the lives that God has given us. So I hope in some way my experience has and hopefully will in the future inspire some of you watching as well. Now it looks like we're ready to launch. That's part of the flight right here.